kid to school, and it's because I enjoy spending the time with the kid. Otherwise, I would just let the driver take him. Because it's not that I don't trust my driver. Driver, you're a great driver. He or she is a great driver. It's not about trust. Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't heard the Gorillaz vs. the Space Monkeys album yet, you are missing out, boy! I was allowed to have 10 albums for the rest of my life. Only 10 albums that would absolutely be on the list. It might even be on the top 5. It really is a masterpiece. An absolute masterpiece. And it's all remixes. Essentially reworks. I don't even say if they're remixes, it's just reworks of original songs. It's so good. So good. Na 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 na. I sent the message back out to Leah. It's interesting because, like, I would have never known Leah to be lean in the Christianity sort of way, belief in God or whatever. I never would have thought Leah to be that type. But then again, I figured Leah would be more like my wife, more of like a pagan witch kind of thing, which is silly to me. I mean, we got into it yesterday, more so than I like intended to. It wasn't like, it's really hard to, especially when it's people you love, to shit all over what they believe in. But, you know, to me, like, my wife gets mad at me and she'll say things like, you know, you don't want to learn it. You just want to go into it to, you know, scrutinizing. You go into it not questioning things. And then it's like, yeah, of course, I don't care what it is. I'm not going to go into anything just believing it. If you go into something with some sort of preconceived notion, you're going to find evidence to support that. And you're going to ignore the shit that doesn't. And I, you know, and one of her best friends, Emily David, was at our house, and my wife really has a really good relationship with Daisy, and they're besties. And I you know, and it's funny because, like, I always say, like, I don't mean to like harp on it, but to me, I'm just so fascinated by the people that think gay is a choice, right? And yesterday, football was on, and I'm barely paying attention to what they're saying. They're having a conversation, and suddenly Daisy goes, you know, I forever, when I was a kid and growing up, I always thought that all those athletes must have huge dongs. I didn't understand that there was a cup there. I just thought, you know, is it something where, like, if you're an athlete, you automatically have a huge dong? And I was like, you know, that's never something that's ever even, like come close to popping into my head regarding watching football. I've never even thought about that even a little bit. And I thought, like, that's such a prime example of how there's no choice there. That person doesn't choose to focus on, the dicks. So they can be, look, I'm gay, I focus on the dicks. It's just the way it is. And it's so foreign to someone like me, I just never even would have thought about it. But, I always hope, like, because the biggest issue is which was raised by a really broken woman who had a lot of really fucked up issues that never ever got dealt with. And so she would take it out on the people around her, especially her husband. And so my wife grew up in an environment where, the husband was abused. Not physically, but very much emotionally and spiritually, just emotionally abused, verbally abused. And my wife isn't that extreme, but she definitely has a lot of the same shit going on, especially the idea that like I can say the same thing to her and she'll fight with me to fight with me. But as soon as a female says it or a Daisy says it, she'll be like, oh, okay. And it'll just be like immediate acceptance of whatever it is. And it's frustrating as shit, no doubt about it. But I try to, we're talking about, because I believe my wife's belief structure is no different than Christianity. It's all the same kind of shit. It's all the same basic premise. It's all the same. Oh shit! I forgot I had the phone with me. It's all the same, faith-based bullshit, because you don't know where any of it comes from. You don't know who decided this rock means that rock, this rock means this, and that rock has that energy, and you don't know who did that. And so I'm saying, like, what makes it frustrating is that it's not like she goes to, she goes over and she'll say, I'm not playing dress up. We're working on ourselves and our spirits, and it's like, yeah, but where's the practicality in all that? Is anybody telling you that, like, yeah, you should help your husband clean the basement? Is anybody saying that that's causing an issue between you guys? You should fix it. Does anybody say anything? Does anybody like? I think, regardless of what it is, even if it's your pagan witch kind of bullshit, it's to give you something else to think about, so you're not fixing the real issues in yourself. And instead you can say, oh look, I'm working on my chakras, and I'm doing this, and I'm these different trinkets, and we made a wand, and it's like, sure, that shit's fun. Sure, if you're doing that because it's fun and that's one thing. But to pretend like that's actually like doing something is insulting, and it's frustrating, because it's not. It's just bullshit. And until you can have the conversation, oh look, just a scratch, just a small scratch in the sky. But until it opens you up to dealing with the reality that's around you, it's just more distraction. It's just more bullshit.
Is this thing on? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the circus. Everything you see and hear is totally scripted. That was clever. Write that down. Imperative that the wearer of the crown thinks repairing never sounds like something worth overlooking. Through clarity, we found
Got kicked off 5 times and couldn't get back on. Because that happens when you watch people, right? This is just totally normal, natural stuff that happens whenever you watch a live feed. Am I right or am I right? I can't tell you a time when I was watching somebody else and just got kicked off of their feed. That shit doesn't happen to anything else or anyone else, or it doesn't happen.
Since we're torn between our fears and what appears to be elation. The warnings in the mirror show the tears should mean salvation. Because Putin's dropping bombs on children. Putin's dropping bombs on children. Children. Putin's dropping bombs on children. Putin's dropping bombs on children. Children. Putin's dropping bombs on children. Putin's dropping bombs on children. Children. Putin's dropping bombs on children. Somebody think of the children.
Oh man, good luck getting that out of your head. Every time I try to get back on, it would take me to Smokey and the Bandit.
Advancement's not a ruse. The cancerous aloof choose the clues that they ignore. They drastically remove the proof that doesn't prove the score isn't
It's all obvious. The thing is, none of this is difficult. None of this is new. None of this is hard to understand. None of this is undocumented. It's all right there in front of you. It's just what you choose to believe. And of course, you never bother to ask yourself, why do you choose what you choose? I can literally shut down the comment section just by asking a simple question. You know, why do you think Christianity is correct and Islam isn't? What in your personal experience leads you to believe that Christianity is right, that it's God and Jesus instead of Allah and Muhammad? And you would think that would be a question that people would just be like quick and happy and proud to answer. But they can't. Outside of dumb shit like Jesus is king and pull cord dumb shit, they don't have anything that's even reasonably intelligent or applicable. You know, that should bother you more than it bothers me. There's nothing that you can ask me about the way I look at something or think about something or whatever that I'm gonna go, well, I don't know. I just think that way because that's what everybody else thinks. Like I'm someone that questions the rain. I question, everything we're given. I don't just believe what they tell us about any of it anymore because they lie about everything. And I'm not arrogant enough like you to sit here and pretend like I can pick and choose which things they're telling me that are true and which things are bullshit. Until there's definitive proof, undeniable proof about anything, why would you ever believe it? You don't believe in Oswald. You don't believe Oswald shot Kennedy with the impossible magic bullet. You're willing to say the government is lying to you about that, but then you sit there and pick and choose which other things. Oh, they're definitely telling me the truth about the Earth shape and planets spinning around and going to Mars and landing on the moon. That's the truth. It's fucking silly, man. So if you guys look right, I don't know if you can see it, but right up there is the moon. Let's see. Right there. Right there. You can clearly see the moon right now. How come in a solar eclipse you can't see the moon until it's in front of the sun? Shouldn't that be, like, shouldn't that, wait, what? And why does the moon stop over the sun and stay that way for a little period of time? Does everything stop spinning for a second? What's going on? For minutes? Nobody can answer any of the questions. They never try. They know they can't. They know who's winning. They know who the superior intellect is here. And the last thing they want to do is put themselves in a position to be embarrassed in front of everybody. You know, if they really weren't worried about being embarrassed, they'd make their own their own fucking feet. They'd put out their own shit. Or they'd make the simple, you know, Guy Williams sucks video. But this is, you know, the moon doesn't stop. It sure does. There's generally a period of time, and it's not a standard period of time, where, you know, you get the total eclipse and it just sits there for a minute. Says, you know, I'm answering the page that was created 2 days ago. I just happened to create a page 2 days ago, and now I'm just on here. Fucking silly, man. I was just kicked off again. Notice how you're the only one saying that? That's weird, huh? The trolls never get kicked off. But those who at least appear to be supportive, they seem to have such a hard time.
First and foremost, how do they
Ask yourself, why did they call the cops on me the other day? Why did you guys call the cops on me the other day? Why would anybody have wasted resources, which, you know, could potentially put someone else in danger? If there happened to be something else going on at the exact same time and somebody else couldn't get the care they needed because your dumbass can't argue with me, so you tried to get, you know, men with guns to do it for you? That's pretty interesting. The creation of my page is not an argument. The sun, but the moon also doesn't stop. It moves in front of the sun and keeps going. Sure it does. Okay. Yeah, somebody called the cops 3 days ago, 4 days ago. Yeah. Cop showed up, 2 cop cars actually. Cop showed up, came walking out, was like, and we got a call that you know, you're walking around in front of your house. And it's like, yeah. So, and they were like, we don't know, man. Everything's okay. And I said, yeah, everything's just fine. This is the trolls. This is what they do. You might want to make a notation on the account that it's probably trolls if they do this again. They're just doing a wellness check, welfare check, because I'm standing out in front of my house and I'm not responding to anybody's comments.
It's illegal to lie and to make up a story.
These people are insane, says the random profile. Let's see. Joined 3 years ago, has 4 subscribers. Gotcha.
They are all bad cops, despite what they may say.
Not really. Just call you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm listening to myself. What a crazy, crazy person I am. If you make music that is not good enough for you to listen to, like, why do you even bother? I actually like what we do. I like it better than anything else because at least my shit makes you think about something. Yes, niggas, bitches, hoes, niggas, shoot, niggas, kill, drugs, bitches, yeah. That's what you want to hear instead, right? They have you nodding yes to the worst shit imaginable, and that's not by design at all. That's not by design at all. It just happens to work out that way. And of course, this is all in opposition to the guy who thinks we should kill pedos. All these guys know who I am.
And if the truth makes you feel small and somehow hurt your pride,
They're here every single day begging for attention because I'm wrong.
if you have nothing,
Not one of them is capable of answering a single simple question.
isn't that what they tell us?
And I'm not even asking them the most obvious question, as is, why are they here? If they're in such opposition, what are they in opposition to? What part motivates them to be here every single day for hours on end? We don't talk about that part. I just want to hear from the Christians. Ask one, right? Because I don't ask any questions. We come here to listen to your idiocracy. Yup. That makes sense. So out of all of the channels that exist, all the people going live, all the different videos you could watch, all the YouTubes, Hulu's, video games, Facebooks, Snapchats, all the outside stuff you could be doing, gardening, going to the beach, flying a kite, going bowling, going roller skating, doing anything else, you come here to watch me call you a pedophile and call out your crazy ass cult while being the example of who I'm talking about and not at all making me look bad. That makes sense. I gotcha. YouTube put this property. Sure it did. Sure it did. I love the notion that somebody says, well, if YouTube suggests it, then I have to watch it. I have to watch it, and then I have to go on there, and I have to comment, and I have to stay for hours. Because it's not like YouTube will suggest a whole bunch of other shit, too. Nope, just this. Just this. Because that's what makes sense. Simple questions. Why are you here isn't even the one I'm looking for. Yeah, I am. I don't know. That hurt my feelings, and I'm not one. No, you clearly are. That's okay. You clearly are one. I definitely report your video every time I come across you. Oh, well, let's fix that. Joined 4 years ago, has no subscribers. Well, there you go. Now we don't have to worry about that. Yep. I already answered it. Because YouTube tells me to do it. If YouTube tells me to do it, then that's what I do. I don't have a mind of my own. I don't pick and choose what I watch. YouTube tells me to watch it, so I just watch it. That's believable. That's a believable excuse as to why you're here trying to stop the guy who thinks we should kill pedos and overthrow the J control scheme. Totally makes sense. It makes a lot more sense than you being Israel, Team Jorge, act.il, that part doesn't make any sense. What you're saying totally does. You dumb-ass Christians. What is going on here? Can any Christian begin to tell me why they think, oh, schizo rant, yep. So we have our provided talking point. Schizo, you need help, take your meds, rambling, yapping. These are all the same fucking arguments that all of them give. Isn't it crazy how they all just happen to say the same bullshit? Not one of them ever defends what they believe. Not one of them actually answers for what I'm wrong about and tells how I'm wrong. Not one of them attempts education even slightly. It's all just the same crybaby talking points. Like we've proven it already, right? We've proven this shit. Ask me a question, I will answer it. All right, Abdul. Let's assume that you're probably on the other side. Why do you believe Islam is true and Christianity isn't? Same thing to all my Christians. Why do you believe Christianity is true and Islam isn't? What personal experience do you have that has shown you that this is the truth? What evidence can you provide that your one thing is the truth and the thousands of other religious beliefs out there, they're all wrong. Only yours is true.
So what happens when you get deported and they cover up
Let's see. Does anyone in chat believe that we are living on a spinning basketball magically navigating its way through space? Most of them do. Most of them believe that shit. They are simply a guideline on how to live your life. No, it's not. See, again, these are dumbass questions. And that doesn't answer my question, does it? Those are just dumbass responses. The Bible is not just a guidelines, it's just a little simple guidelines on how to live your life. No, that's not what it is. And neither is the Quran. But that's the best you go. Personal religious beliefs are like opinions. Everyone is entitled to it. Only those extreme fundamentalists believe only one religion is true. All of them do. And if you believe in any one of the religions, especially Christianity, you're required to denounce the other ones. Not a basketball shape, closer to an egg shape. Yeah, so literally what you're saying is every image you've ever been given by the people who tell you it's round to begin with is a lie and fake. It's actually egg-shaped, even though no pictures or anything show it that way. That totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Like, this is the best you guys come up with, right? Your own arguments prove how stupid you are. They prove you wrong. Oh, it's more egg-shaped. Yeah, I know. Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson called it an oblique spheroid one time. So just like how Joan Rivers one time said that everybody knows Obama's gay and Michelle's a man, and now here we are 3 years later and white people still just can't get enough of it. All it takes is one fucking person saying something and you sheep are just, let me just get that. False equivalences from this wannabe. Oh, yes. See how you can say Islam is not true. See how you can say Islam is not true. See how. The Jew Crew is channel, another one of your channels. Yeah, that's my shit for sure. I'm the Jew Crew. Sounds like the media. This is exact. Like, look at these dumbass answers. How can you say Islam is not true? It's not true. Like these dumb, like, instead of answering the question, you're going to come at me with some dumbass question. How can you say there's not a leprechaun dancing around in my hand right now? Do you see him? Hiddly diddly dee, he's doing a little jig. Do you see it? Well, you have to have faith that he's there. And I have faith that he's there. So how can you prove he's not there? Fucking stupid. So because you can't answer the question, you're going to come at me with something else. Leah Bia! Look at this nonsense. This guy is a pathetic joke, rambling nonsense into his echo chamber. Yep, there we go. The one thing the Jews consistently do is try to convince everyone that anybody that speaks out against them is crazy. They need help. They're off their meds. They're schizophrenic. If you don't believe that the Jews are born superior to you and are your God's, Christian God's chosen people, then there's something wrong with you. How dare you not believe in your slavery? You need to believe that you're a slave. Not enough self-awareness to know he's being fucked with and this shit is... I'm well aware of it. I'm well aware of that excuse. Like that's supposed to be real. Like, okay, so it's just some random group of people just out there. Oh, they're just having so much fun. They could be trolling like newscasters and government officials and shit like that. Hey, arrest Brian Fahey and, whatever. They could be doing all kinds of shit, trying to get the news to focus on this story. Release Michael Jackson Bolanos, do an interview with Robert Bowers Jr., look into the, they could be trolling for anything, but instead they like coming here to get called pedophiles and then provide the example of everything I'm talking about. Ooh, ow, that hurts my feelings so much. Please don't build my numbers with your group of people that just, it's just fucking with me.
If I said I had the answer,
If you're gonna target the guy who thinks we should kill pedos, that says a lot about you.
cure your cancer, trust that I have been.
This guy lacks the intellectual capacity for a civil debate. That's why, yup, that's what it is. I just resort to insults and, yup, because you guys are making such great points and I'm just ignoring them. Well, the question you pose is what makes religion true? And the answer is that only extreme fundamentalists believe their religion to be the one true one. That's not an answer to my question, you dumb shit. That's not an answer to my question as to why you think Christianity is the right one, why that shit is true. It's God and Jesus and Allah and Muhammad aren't, that's not true. That doesn't answer the question. Nice try. They should prove it us true, not our claim. Exactly. James, you are very correct. He is pretty sad. Yes, I'm so sad. I know it's true. Yes, It's hilarious getting these simpletons triggered. I mean, seriously, let's just say that was the truth, right? Let's just say what you do in your spare time or in your normal time, because apparently you don't work, but what you do for fun is try to find people and then trigger them. I like to find people that are talking about things and then I just try to trigger them because, oh my God, that's so much fun for me. Like, that sounds like a really great person, doesn't it? I like trying to find people who are like trying to talk about the truth about stuff and, you know, talk about things like genocide and killing pedophiles. And I like to find those people and just fuck with them. I like to trigger them. Like, who the fuck says shit like that? While also saying, you can't have a civil debate with this guy because all he does is resort to insults. The same person said both of those comments back to back. It's a joke. Of course, I've used it before to ship something for Lyme testing. Yeah, I wouldn't answer any of the dumb shit. I answered the question, but you don't want to. Yes, you answered the question by not answering the question. Gotcha. It's just fun while I'm on my break. Oh, again. So what you do is you find some random person, not like, you know, even though you've been here time after time after time after time for hours on end, you come here so you can be the example, and that's fun for you. I mean, it's so far beyond my capability of understanding that it just doesn't make sense. And what makes more sense would be you're just some dumb friar, some dumb Israeli who is so inbred and stupid that you can't actually answer for anything being said, so you're just resorting to the pre-programmed responses. Let's see, years ago, a NASA employee said we can't go back to the moon because we lost that technology. Right. That makes sense. They lost he literally said because they lost the technology, but they lost all the telemetry data on exactly how they did it the first times. Gotcha. Fuck it. Anyone want this guy's address? Yep, I'm sure you do. Because again, how does that make sense, right? Right? So because I'm saying things that I guess you're not smart enough to ask yourself or answer for, what, you're gonna come to see me? Which you won't. You won't do anything. You're just a fucking coward. Religious fundamentalist. Yes, okay. I didn't ask you. I asked the enlightened individual that's speaking the truth. Wait, did we land on the moon? Of course we didn't. You sound and look like you tweak, yup. Saying we should kill pedos and eliminate the fucking J control scheme means you must be a drug addict. You must be a schizo. You must be crazy. Why would anybody not just accept the Jewish superiority? This guy has some actual fat and he smoked meth on a daily, huh? See what I mean? This is the best you can do. You are saying things you heard somewhere, and repeat without verifying. Yep, I repeat it without verifying it. I guess we need to break out the clues then, don't we? I love when this happens. So, first of all, we'll go with, well, I guess because we got to eliminate the argument to begin with, right? So, I'm going to use Wikipedia, and there's a really easy answer as to why I use Wikipedia. Wikipedia is the number one source of information, and it's the truth that they, the Jews, want us to know. So here you have Naftali Bennett, who is at this point a former prime minister of Israel. Currently he is. At the time he recorded this in 2010, he was a future Israeli prime minister and was just an Israeli agent at this point. So, let's see. Holy shit, they're taking it down. Oh, okay, there we go. So this is him talking to the IsraelNationalNews.com. Let's see what he has to say.
Moetzet Yesh, in conjunction with My Israel, has arranged instruction day for wiki editors. The goal of the day is to teach people how to edit in Wikipedia, which is the number one source of information today in the world. As a way of example, if someone searches the Gaza flotilla, we want to be there. We want to be the guys who influence what is written there, how it's written, and to ensure that it's balanced and Zionist in nature. I came here to...
Balanced and Zionist, not even balanced and fair, balanced in and gives a pro-Israel perspective. Or Zionist, he said. So when you look up anything on Wikipedia, according to a future prime minister and high-ranking Israeli agent, everything that you read, so Wikipedia was the number one source of information in the world already at this point. But Israel had to go teach the editors how to do their job because apparently they didn't know how to edit things. But he gives the example and he says, for example, if you look up something that has to do with Gaza, we want to be there. We want to influence what is written, how it is written, and to ensure that it's balanced and Zionist in nature. So when it comes to what source you should get your information from, I'm not saying Wikipedia is the truth, but I'm saying Wikipedia is the truth that they want us to know. That my enemies, my sworn, enemies of all humanity, this is their source. They're proud of this. So we go from that little piece to, we'll look up act.il. Act.il. Act.il actually happens to be on one of these locked up pages, so nobody can actually edit this page. I know people will say, anybody can edit Wikipedia. You can't. They even said it. There's editors for a reason. So if you make an edit, if you're allowed to edit on that particular page, it's not completely locked up like that one is. But if you're allowed to edit the page, your edit then goes to the editors. And the editors then decide whether your thing is balanced and Zionist in nature. And if what you've said, what your edit is in fact balanced and Zionist, well, then they go with it. But if it isn't balanced and Zionist in nature, then they just erase it, like so many people's edits get erased on a daily basis. Right? So, act.il was a social networking service used by supporters of Israel to oppose online, quote, online anti-Israel content, such as the BDS movement, the Boycott, Divestments, and Sanction movement. Its activities were referred to as a, quote, online propaganda campaign and a, quote, virtual situation room of pro-Israel experts. Pay attention here. Act.il directed its users to, quote, missions, missions like military missions, to like, comment on, and share pro-Israel material on social media. It also asked users to flag, report, and respond to criticisms of Israel. Users, pay attention, were guided on how to respond, which might entail writing a reply using the provided talking points. Take your meds, you need help, you're on drugs, you're meth head, you're schizophrenic, all these same dumbass things that continuously try to point to mental disorder for just asking questions. It's not like, again, you ask questions and the Jews come on and they try to be like, oh no, let me help you understand. You're getting this wrong. You're misconstruing this. You're not understanding that. Here, let me help you. Let me explain to you why this genocide is okay. Let me explain to you why Matitza B'Peh is okay. They don't do that. They come at you with the provided talking points, and you'll see it on any one of your pages. If you start talking about Israel, you'll notice that Jews will come on your page and tell you you're rambling, you're yapping, that's schizophrenic, stop being a schizo, you need your meds, get some help, all that kind of shit. They will never come in and try to soothe your curiosity. They'll never come in and try to answer questions for you or invite you, oh, hey, okay, you're questioning our stuff? Oh, that's great. Here, let me explain it to you. Never, not one of them. I've been doing this for a very long time. And I've had dumbass Christians come in and try to say little bits here and there. They're never successful. But they at least attempt to, sometimes. Most of them don't even know their own shit, so they can't. I've never had a Jew come in here and try to explain what I'm misconstruing about Judaism. What I'm getting wrong. What everybody else is getting wrong. Why are we all just misunderstanding things? The app also provided users with ready-made memes promoting Israel's perspective for them to share. Here's, again, most important part. By completing missions, users earned points, unlocked badges, and had their scores displayed on leaderboards. They literally turned trolling into a real-life video game with real-life prizes. You get enough points, you get a new car. You get enough points, you get a new house. You get enough points, you get a free trip somewhere. That's what this is. Right? And that's just the physical side of things. Now, when you're talking about on the digital side of things, there's a whole different narrative for you. And that is the Team Jorge narrative. Now, the Team Jorge page appears to be one that can be edited. And knowing that there's a really good chance that I'm going to read this page every single day, you would think at the very least the trolls would edit it to say something, Guy Williams is stupid, this, that, and the other. Nope, no edits come through. It's the same page it's been for a long time. Team Jorge is the name given to an outfit of Israeli contractors specialized in the use of malign cyber activities, including hacking, sabotage, and bot farm-run social media disinformation campaigns to manipulate the outcomes of elections. Bot farms. They have bot farms to specifically manipulate the outcomes of elections. So if they're manipulating the outcome of an election, I think it's safe to say that fucking with my YouTube page probably isn't difficult. One of the organization's two primary tools is a software package called Advanced Impact Media Solutions, or AIMS. More about that later. The group was exposed in February of 2023 after an award-winning undercover operation by journalists from... Initially, it says journalists from Israel and France, but if you read further on, it'll say France, Germany, Indonesia, Israel, Kenya, Spain, Tanzania, and the United States, right? So you have to actually read more to get more. The organization has been active since at least 2015 on paper, which is the year before with it was the Cambridge Analytica scandal. They were linked to that, but it's the year before the Promise Keeper, Donald Trump, who promised the no taxes on tips and Social Security and all that big beautiful bill. Well, it actually doesn't. It doesn't prevent all that. Tips are still taxed. Overtime is still taxed. All that shit. Like one of those promises that Trump doesn't live up to. You know, I'm going to lower the gas prices. I'm going to lower the food prices. It's amazing how his constituency doesn't hold him to anything. He can just flat out lie, and they're just like, oh, well, just wait. It'll happen sooner than it'll happen. It'll happen sooner. Sooner than later. Don't worry. It'll happen. And then it just doesn't happen, and they just like forget that he promised to lower the gas and food prices. That he promised to release all the different files, Epstein files, JFK files, blah, blah. He promised all that. Or the fact that back in 2016, he ran under the premise that he was going to, quote, drain the swamp, right? The swamp. The APAC swamp. That's what he's talking about, the APAC swamp. He's going to drain the swamp. And then he went ahead and lost the election by 2.7 million votes. 2,700,000 more people voted for Hillary than they did bitch ass the Donald back then. He was the Donald back then, remember? And even though Hillary won, was going to be the first female president in the history of the United States, when the Electoral College stepped in for the third time in modern history, first two times being George Bush Jr.'s wins, and said that the person that got the most amount of votes actually didn't win. I mean, we're all capable of picking the president most of the time, but every once in a while we just get it wrong. So the Electoral College has to step in and do it for us. So AIPAC has to step in and do it for us. So Team Jorge has to step in and do it for us. We're just like, yeah, okay. Hillary was just like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to fight for it. Trump loses the election in 2020 and makes a big fucking deal about it. Hillary actually won the election and still didn't make a big deal out of it. The organization has been active since at least 2015 on paper and boasts of having manipulated 33. Gotta love that 33. 33 was all over Charlie Kirk, wasn't it? If you don't know about the whole 33 thing, you're not paying attention. They've manipulated 33 presidential elections worldwide. Don't worry, white people. Many, at least 4, have been in Africa. 4 or more at least have been in Africa, so nothing for you to worry about. And in 27 cases with successful results, 82% of the time, 27 out of 33, they only failed 6 times when they tried to manipulate the outcome of an election. Hey, Turtle, get down. Turtle. Get down. Get down. Good girl. 82% of the time. Do you realize if you do anything 82% of the time, that's considered an amazing success rate? Stop it. If you can do anything 82% of the time, you're considered success. If you were a baseball player that hit 82%, you'd be more than double the best season ever, which was the Ted Williams season, which was a 399 but got rounded up to a 400. You'd be more than double the best baseball player of all time. Or at least statistically the best season of all time. That'd be hitting 8,200 or 820 they'd be hitting. This is just this is just one Israeli Black Ops organization. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of these same Israeli Black Ops organizations that weren't exposed. And they all have access to the same technology. They all have access to the Nimbus technology and the Promise software and the Pegasus software and all of these softwares that are manufactured by Israel that gives Israel a back door into every system that uses it. Right? They all have access to this. So this is just one group that got exposed as to being able to manipulate presidential level elections 82% of the time. Stop it, turtle. I'm gonna have to get the spray bottle and start spraying you every time. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, yo. Their activities were revealed following a 2022 sting operation in Tel Aviv carried out by 3 undercover journalists who posed as prospective clients and filmed their interactions with Tal, T-A-L, Hanan, H-A-N-A-N, the group's leader and former Israeli Special Forces operative, in which he explained how it all works. According to him, Team Jorge has been in existence for more than 2 decades and has been engaged in propaganda and disinformation activities in more than 30 countries, with their services being available to the, as long as you have the money, to government intelligence agencies, political campaigns, and private companies that wish to covertly manipulate public opinion. And this is a Wikipedia page. It's so common. It's such an obvious thing. It's so well known that there's a Wikipedia page bragging about it. They're so unconcerned with any sort of repercussions that Israel allows this page. This is balanced and Zionist as far as they're concerned. Balanced and Zionist in nature. One of the organization's primary tools is a software package called Advanced Impact Media Solutions, or AIMS. Now pay attention. The software automates centralized control of thousands of fake social media profiles across the board. Now, if you actually read the articles, they say it's not really fair to say that these are bots. It's more like they're avatars because they're so, intelligent. AI at its finest. These avatars can have conversations way better than bots can. And each avatar has multiple profiles on multiple different. So if the Bill Smith avatar has a Facebook page, it also has a Bill Smith YouTube page. It also has a Bill Smith, Instagram page. These avatars are an advanced technology that nobody had seen before. None of those groups, those countries that I listed, the nerds that work in the journalistic profession, none of these nerds had ever seen any sort of technology like this. Said this was beyond any scope of anything we know of. And Tal Hanan bragged that they can create 30,000 bots at any given time to attach to any given, election or other campaign that they've been hired into. Now, remember, this is just one. So imagine if 10 Israeli black ops organizations all created 30,000 bots to promote somebody, to make somebody into one of those overnight sensations, one of those random rap stars that pops up out of nowhere and clearly has no talent, but somehow they got enough attention for that one song. Well, if you had 10 groups making 30,000 bot profiles, that's 300,000 fucking profiles that they could use to boost anybody. All of them go through and like that page, like that video, or on the other side, attack somebody. But now that I've presented to you these two options, does it make more sense that these random trolls that have been on YouTube for years, in some cases, 12 years, the profile's been active, and it has 0 subscribers, 2 subscribers. All these random profiles just happen to be regular old Americans who believe we should continue having all of our tax dollars stolen from us and given to Israel so they can commit genocide, that we shouldn't be allowed to talk about them at all, that our First Amendments should be destroyed, our First Amendment rights should be taken away from us to protect Israel, and we shouldn't kill pedophiles. Do you really think that all of these random profiles that are in here talking shit and crying, that they really are just these random people who they're just mad at me? Or does it much more likely fit one of these Team Jorge explanations or an act.il explanation? What makes more sense? Especially since none of them can actually answer simple questions like, why are they here? What motivates them to set alarms so they'll be here every single day? No matter what time I go live, could be in the morning, could be at night. They have nothing else going on in their lives. They come to my feed and for the most part get ignored, but then, you know, when they do get engaged with, I flat out call them pedophiles, and, you know, I tell them how much I appreciate them being here because, you know, they not only do they boost the numbers, but they provide such a fantastic example of everything I'm talking about. You know, you really think that there are real people out there that are willing to be, you know, my fucking mule here every single day? It's not like they can't answer for any of it. They can't answer simple fucking questions. But they desperately want my attention. And they desperately want me to stop talking bad about Israel, stop talking about the Jews, stop talking about pedophilia, and instead I should just, in some cases, I should just kill myself. And so, just so we know, like, that's never gonna happen. I'm way, way too egotistical to kill myself. I'm way too fond of myself to kill myself. So that's just off the table. And it's funny how we all have to say this now because we know that these people aren't killing themselves. People aren't killing themselves. The people that happen to speak up against this shit. Let's hear a better reason why these people are here than they're doing their job, their Team Jorge or their act.il. Let's hear it. Come on, give me some good answers here. I'm a real person and I like your content and I know you speak the truth. That's why I tune in. Well, that would make sense. If you like what I'm doing, that would absolutely make sense. Especially since it's unique. You know, you're not going to find a lot of people saying the same things I'm saying. So if you're thinking along those same lines, it's refreshing as hell to find somebody that's actually saying these things. But when you're so desperate that you're going to call the cops on me and shit like that, who's going to do that? Who's going to be on here every single day to do this shit? Yeah, I like you, but you don't make any sense. Yes, killing pedophiles doesn't make sense. Overthrowing the Jewish control scheme doesn't make sense. This is the shit that comes my way. Give me a shout out on your contact. Yeah, there ain't fake, man. And guy seems like he would be cool to have a beer with, but I wouldn't let him in my home. I wouldn't want to go in your stink ass, fucking mom ass, that whore bitch's house. The piece of shit whore that created you, I want nothing to go do with her house. And besides, you wouldn't want me to know where you live because as soon as I do get any sort of platform, you people are getting hunted down. All of you pedos are going to go. You know, the pedos are, it's so much worse than people realize it is. It's just so much worse. Your average Trump supporter, the person that can still, after everything that's come out, be like, yay, Trump, that's a pedophile. That's a pedophile. Who is going to be able to overlook pedophilia? Pedophiles. No regular, real, good person is going to say, oh, well, yeah, maybe you did rape kids, but hey, you know, there's not even stuff to even go with. Yeah, you know, you're using the National Guard against us, which is illegal. Oh, you're such a great guy. I'm willing to overlook the pedophilia because you're using the National Guard against us. Because you're destroying the First Amendment. And I always hated the Constitution. So I'm sorry. I will not go around hurting Jewish people. Oh, like, because you know what I say hurts them so much. It hurts them. I'm wrong, but it hurts, right? I'm wrong. Saying the wrong. So I love this idea, right? Because if you were on the street and I walked up to you and I was like, dude, you're 20 feet tall and you have bees coming out of your head instead of hair and you have 55 eyeballs on your face and your arms look like octopus tentacles. You have 8 of them and instead of legs you have tank wheels. Ha ha. You'd be like, whoa, dude. You're a little crazy, aren't you? And you just walk away. You wouldn't even care. You wouldn't be, oh, I want to fight you now. Oh, I want to fight you now. You wouldn't give a shit if somebody came up to you and said some shit like that. However, let somebody come up to your fat ass and be like, hey, you know, clearly you have a hard time with portion control and you know, impulse control. And I'd love to help you get a hold of that because I want you to live the longest, happiest, healthiest, safest life you can live. You wouldn't even be able to get that whole thing out before the person would start attacking you. Because it's true. They know it's true, so they're going to get upset about it. If what I was saying wasn't true, no Jews would be hurt by what I'm saying. What would they care? I'm just some random crazy goyim, right? Look at these comments. There's just nothing being said that's worth reading. Yeah, I'll talk about the prison time I did. Yes, all my prison time. We have to cancel this guy because, again, you're not smart enough to override what I'm saying. You know, I didn't start off thinking this way. I didn't just beam all this information into my head. Do. I got this way over years and years of research and paying attention. And I'm very confident that no matter what you say, I can provide an argument for it. Though, I'm willing to be convinced if you can convince me. And yet, again, it's like, call the IDF. Call the IDF. We can't do anything about this. We're not smart enough. They're inbred fucking morons, man. They're inbred fucking morons. This is the best they can come up with. Dude, there are so many videos out there with random settlers being interviewed by, you know, random personalities on YouTube. And the settlers are just going crazy. Yeah, fuck those babies. We killed the babies. We did it. And they're just saying the worst of the worst things. Not one of them will say, no, we're good because of this. No, they can't even make the biblical arguments because they're too stupid. They don't even know why they believe what they believe. They just get such advantage from it that it works out for them to believe it. This land was promised to the Jews by God in the Bible that we wrote. I mean, it's just such stupidity. And if you even try to ask your average Christian, well, why do you think the Bible's real? What about it makes you think it's real? What proof do you have that the Bible is real but the Quran is not? They got nothing. They got nothing. Just like none of these fucking idiots know a thing about submarines. Oh, we've got somebody yelling. We've got somebody yelling over and over. I'm a nut, and this person put guy's a nut, 30 times? Because, you know, when you put a phrase and put it over and over again and then you start spamming it, that's not considered nuts. No weed and no beer make Homer something. Go crazy? Don't mind if I do. This is the best that they can come up with. Like, you see how difficult? It's like pulling teeth, right? It's like pulling fucking teeth. Trying to get them, come on, tell us some good stuff about your belief structure. Come on, tell us why you're right. Come on, do that. Come on, tell us good stuff. Let's hear the good stuff. And it's just nothing. Oh, here we go with the schizo. With the schizo, because that's schizophrenic, it's take your meds. Remember, it's all the same shit. And they're so stupid that even though I call them out on it, they just keep doing it. Seriously, imagine this in any other circumstances. Like, this is wild. This is just wild. Because I'm trolling. How am I trolling by going live and talking about genocide and you know, killing pedophiles? Where's the troll there? Like, seriously, this is just it honestly, it sucks. Because, like, as a champion, you know, you want to go against the best. You want to prove yourself. Terrence Crawford, you know, putting me in the ring doesn't do anything for him. Right? He beats me up because he's supposed to. You know, I'm not a fighter. I'm not a boxer. I'm not a champion level boxer. Crawford beats Canelo, and it's like it's a real achievement because it's somebody that can at least, you know, is supposedly on his same level. And unfortunately, I'm Terrence Crawford sitting here, you know, forced to fight these fucking everyday street morons who have never had a fight in their life, apparently. And I'm supposed to what? Get some sort of satisfaction out of this? I mean, I do take from it what I can, you know. You take from it what you can, and you like, it's not the argument that's said, it's the lack of argument said that's so telling to me. The fact that I can do this day after day, the fact these guys know what I'm going to say, right? And they still can't come up with any sort of reasonable opposition. It's telling. It's extremely telling. If I'm wrong, then that should be what's being focused on. Like I say over and over again, these guys aren't sitting on the best argument in the world just waiting for the right time to unleash it. If they had anything, even slightly anything that could actually sway the tide in their direction, they would be using it. They would start with it. And again, points thrown back in his face. Yep. I'm getting my points thrown back in my face. Which parts? Where is somebody taking a point that I'm saying and throwing it back in my face? Who are these Ashkenazi and why did they end up in Palestine? They're made up. Judaism, I believe Judaism was created in like the 1800s, 1850s or so. And it was like a secret society, but for an open secret society. They still had other secret societies, but this was the open one. And that's why Hebrew was invented in the late 1800s, early 1900s by a guy called Eliezer ben Yehuda. The narrative is that he revised it, but why would the language just disappear? When did it disappear? How did it disappear? And if it really was just revised, then why wasn't there ever a dictionary made? He had to make the first dictionary in like 1903 or so. The first Hebrew dictionary. Why would they need to supplement for the deficiencies in the language by using Aramaic, especially Arabic? Why is it when you look up Hebrew, it's basically Arabic in a mirror? Because it's fake. It's really more of a testament to the reset than it is true. And the fact is, who are the Khazars? Who gives a shit? These are all just made up groups and organizations. Just like you realize, without Exodus, there is no Judaism. Like Judaism hinges on Exodus. But Exodus is one of the most, if not the most impossible narratives in the Bible, other than like the virgin getting pregnant. Exodus is right up there with fucking lunacy. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't stand up to even the slightest bit of scrutiny. Unless you're dumb enough to believe that 2 million people wandered the desert for 40 years. Which I guess a lot of you are. If she read the Bible, she wouldn't be talking. I believe with all my heart that you just say this for views. Right. Because if I just wanted views, it wouldn't behoove me to sit here and praise Jesus and become some sort of televangelist where I could be a fucking millionaire. With my oratory abilities, I would easily be able to sell you Jesus all day because you already buy it. If I just wanted views and attention, then I would do something that doesn't bring weirdo pedophiles here defending the worst things in the world. I wouldn't do the thing that's always hinging on being censored and all that shit. That's not what you do if you just want views. If you just want views, you sell the people what they already buy. But see, this is called addressing one of the points being made. And I truly believe this in my heart, because you have to. You have to tell yourself this bullshit, because otherwise it would be true. And, you don't want to be the moron that believes the wrong thing. And if you don't, something is very, very wrong with you. You need psychiatric help. There we go again. I need psychiatric help because I think we should kill pedophiles and overthrow the Jewish control scheme. Who the fuck even thinks along those lines, let alone continues to say the same thing over and over again? Can't actually answer for any of it, just tries to make the person crazy. Like Dave Chappelle said, the worst thing you can do is call someone crazy. That's dismissive. That's what they're hoping for. As soon as you call someone crazy, you don't listen to what they're saying. And if they can get you to call me crazy, well, then it dismisses what I'm saying. And you're back to being a good little Goyim slave. Who are the Hebrew Israelites? All that shit is just cover. It's all just cover. It's like, you're allowed to say free Palestine to some degree. You're allowed to say, oh, I'm anti-Zionist to some degree. But these are just covers. For some reason, you're not allowed to say, no, I absolutely hate that religion. I can hate the Muslims all day. I can hate Christianity all day. As soon as it flips over to the Jews, they try saying stupid shit like Judaism's a race. You can't convert to a race. It's not a race. It's just such stupid shit. Look at all this shit. Look at these dumb comments. Right? Look at all this crazy shit. Attention seeker. Yep, I'm seeking attention. That's why I sit here and go. Like, I'm seeking attention, not the person that types one phrase over and over again and then keeps spamming that. That's not somebody searching for attention, but obviously not smart enough to get it. You know? If any of you could actually do this on your own, you could make your own feed and get your own attention, you absolutely would. But you're too stupid. And it would expose you for who you are. I've given every single troll the same opportunity for quite some time now. I encourage you, unlike anybody else, I don't hear anybody else saying this, but I encourage you to make Guy Williams Sucks videos where you yourself are talking to the screen and telling everybody why I'm so wrong and what I'm, why I suck so bad and again, what I'm wrong about. Make a quick 5-minute video, 10-minute video, whatever it is, and we'll watch it on my live feed. You can get all the attention you want because I'll play your video on my live. And surprise, 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 nobody has ever taken me up on that. One group claimed to, the Jew crew and the anti-guy. So they made 2 separate YouTube pages and uploaded the same videos. Let's say it's 5 videos. I don't know exactly how many it is, but 4 of the videos are little clips of me saying one thing or another, or just some crazy, like some clip of something else that's somehow attached to me. But then the one, they made a 5-minute video that is a compilation of different clips from my YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram. These little 5-10 second clips of me saying one thing or another that hurt their feelings. And again, just to think about that. Think about what it would take to have all of these videos of mine not only saved, but time-stamped with the thing that I said that hurt your feelings so you could pull it out. Like, either you already have that ready already, or you went and watched all of these videos front to back till you could find, that one little 5-second, 10-second clip. Right? But not only did they have a bunch of clips of me from different fucking platforms, it was also spliced in with a bunch of pro-Israel materials. Pro-Israel videos, pro-Israel bullshit. So not only did they have the clips of me, they also just happen to have all this pro-Israel stuff saved and ready to go that they then put together, edited this whole thing together, and then claimed that it was the thing that I'm talking about, where they make the personal video talking directly to the feed and talking about how bad I am. Can you even wrap your head around how much time that would take? How much energy that would take? I'm a huge fan of my lunch break. I couldn't tell you a timestamp from any one of his videos. And actually, I'm a reluctant fan because I'm pretty sure he's a Christian and that bugs the shit out of me, but he does make very informative videos. Either way, I still couldn't tell you, I know of one video that I can tell you to go watch, which is the Population Zero video, but I can't tell you any specific timestamp from that video. Any bullshit like that. Can you imagine how much effort and energy that took to make that video? And of course, all of the things are me talking bad about Jews, me talking about white guys have tiny penises, and all these obvious things that clearly hurt their feelings. But think about that. Think about how many of you can actually say you've done that before? you've put together a compilation of somebody else's work. That is just, to me, that is one of the biggest compliments I've ever received. You know, the amount of energy and effort it took to do that, the amount of obsession it took to do that. And then to have the, like, to be so stupid that you come to the live feed and go, hey, we made a Guy Williams Sucks video where we're talking directly to the camera. The whole point of doing the talking directly to the camera was to prove that you're not a bot. To prove that you're not Israeli. To prove that you're not some piece of shit friar. You're just a regular person doing it. And not one of these people in all of this time has taken me up. Does that even make sense to you? None of these people are proud enough of what they believe that they would do that? And if you're going to have the arrogant audacity to claim that somehow that's going to boost my viewership, all you have to do is delete the video as soon as I play it on my feed. You could even go live right now with a video called Guy Williams Sucks, where you're just a regular person who's talking shit. And none of you will do it. I'll come live with you, right? They'll come on my feed. They'll come on my feed, but they won't just make a quick video proving that they're real. I'm supposed to fuck my feed up by bringing them on here so they can whip out their tiny little dicks or whatever. It's what they did before. When I used to have friends, you know, be the extra person in the live. One time they made a fake profile of one of those people. And then when I brought him on, you could hear somebody giggling, and I looked and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it took like a good 5 seconds before we realized, oh shit, that's a micro penis. Like if you have your dick out and nobody can tell what it is for a good 5 seconds, you probably shouldn't be whipping your dick out. You know, that's just embarrassing. But that, you know, okay, just normal. We don't normally get them going this way, I'll say that. That's coming from the northeast, significantly northeast, more northeast than it usually is. But a lot of times we get, I mean, if you were to follow this line directly east, northeast, about 40, 50 miles, you'd hit Selfridge Air Force Base. So it does make sense. We never get them north to south. We almost never get them north to south. And I'd say 90% of them go west to east. They love flying in the crux of that tree right there. They love coming from right there. But it's clearly not a flight path either because it stretches all across the sky. And I actually looked it up the other day. The flight tracker, none of those flights are on flight tracker. Go figure. I mean, we're talking about tens, hundreds of planes it would take to make the lines that we see. And none of them are on flight tracker. Weird. Weird. I mean, not weird at all. Knocked off the feed once again. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Ooh, I'm a coward. Yes. I love when people say that, like if I bring them live, then they'll be able to make decent debate comments. They never try to earn it. They never try to say a bunch of shit that I'm like, holy cow, man, you're pretty smart. Why don't I bring you live so we can have this out a little bit better? But I'm just supposed to, the random profile that you know, obsesses over me, that's been around for, let's see. The person that was joined a year ago and has no subscribers and a black picture. Yeah, let's bring this rando live because they've said such intelligent things here that we're really missing out not having them. Because you make it sound bad every time you read it in the right way, Hobo Willie. Because I make it sound bad. So how could I make your argument sound bad just by reading it in a certain voice? Do you see that shit? Do you see how fucking ridiculous you sound? Oops, here we go with some more schizo. I'm a schizo because I'm sitting here like talking to the voices, right? And I'm like, no, you tell them. Okay, well, right? Like they're so stupid they don't even know what schizophrenic means. And yet they're also stupid again that they use the same dumb shit. You know what the chances are that random people would all say the same dumb things? Inaccurate, stupid things. It's just not how it works. Oh, look, somebody made a page called Guy Williams is Nuts that joined a whole year ago and has no subscribers. Do you really think this page was made a year ago, or can they now manipulate the time? Well, they always are, but they can manipulate how long they've been here. There was a pattern that was happening until I voiced it, and I pointed out how so many of them claim that they've been here for 12 years. 12 years and no subscribers. And as soon as I pointed that out, things started to change a little bit. Because that's how stupid they are. I mean, just think about how ridiculous it is. This person makes a Guy Williams is Nuts page, and this is the first day they've been on the feed? Really? You made it a year ago, and this is the first time you're breaking it out? Oh, that is so believable. Oh, I'm so important to you that you just changed your name. Makes sense. That's what you do when people are wrong, right? You obsess over them, come to their page every day, beg for their attention because they're wrong. And you won't see these same profiles on anybody else's page. You can't. You know why? Because as soon as I go live, they're here. So either that means they're just waiting for me to go live, or I'm so much more important than anything else that even if they're watching other people, they'll stop what they're doing to come to my feed. Belch. Are you seeing the new Cloudbuster that people are making? I remember years ago the Organite craze was happening, and people were claiming they could have these Organite statues that would destroy chemtrail. I just thought, man, how stupid do you have to be? And it's not even stupid, really. It's desperate. You so desperately want to right this wrong that you're willing to believe whatever nonsense is presented to you. But that's the crux of Christianity, you know? That's literally how this whole system operates. You know, as humans, we're desperate for understanding and knowledge. Even as the dumbest of us want some level of understanding. And when it's provided to us because it gives answers, then we just go, okay, I guess that's what it is. And then because we're also worried about other people's opinions, what will the neighbors think? And I don't want anybody to say, I'm not confrontational and all that. You'll just believe it because you don't want to have the, you've seen what happens to people like me. We having critical thinking will not change the truth. Jesus is the truth. Yep, I'm a moron. Yapping. What's he yapping about? There we go. See, it's the same code words, the same, provided talking points. They're not smart enough to come up with their own shit. So they just use the talking points. He usually makes no sense. Yes. Killing pedophiles makes no sense. Overthrowing the Jewish control scheme makes no sense. Yep. Stopping the genocide makes no sense. Who the fuck would say such a thing? Other than a genocidal pedophile Jew, who else would say such ridiculous things? If you think they're going to come on here and be like, yes, I'm a Jewish pedophile who believes in genocide, they're not. They're not even proud enough of their own belief structure to, talk about it, to defend it. They're just going to say dumb shit. I found you on the algorithm, dumbass. Yep. Because again, if YouTube tells you to watch it, you have to watch it. That's just how that works. You just have to watch it. Joined 2 months ago, has no subscribers. Are you proud to be an atheist? Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm proud to say I don't fall for any of the Jewish control schemes. Thank you very much. Your Abrahamic religions? Yep, I'm not some dumb Jew slave. Or dumb Goyim slave to them. No, I choice what I watch. Do you? I choice it. I choice what I watch. Yes, I am spam, American born, don't believe in fairy tales. So what's your reason for being here? Other than I'm the best fucking option you have, because that's the thing. Oh, I just like being here, watching you make fun of me day after day after day, week after week after week. Yep. Totally makes sense. Totally. What's up, Matt? What's going on? Same old shit here, as always. Mentally unstable, yup. There we go. If you think we should kill pedophiles, you are mentally unstable.
Oh, yeah? Or you're a pedophile. One of the two.
I think you're getting it backwards.
No.
If you... Oh. No, I'm saying if you think we should kill pedophiles, then you're unstable. That's what they're saying.
Or you're a pedophile yourself.
Who?
If you don't think we should kill pedophiles.
Very much. Yeah. My reason, I want to debate. No, you don't. You want to cry. You pick the thing. What do you want to debate about there? Yes? I just want to feel heard. That's what it is. Does anyone hang out with you in real life? Is the internet the only way you feel seen? Respectfully, get a fucking job and support your family. Yup. Oh, that's where we're gonna go. Cause that hurts me so much. Look at how this is what you do. Because again, the fact that you're a pedophile supporting piece of shit, we should overlook that. The fact that you have no reason to be here. Like if I'm not here, what the fuck are you gonna do with your life? You literally spend 2 or 3 hours on here every single day. What are you going to do? I work concrete. Sure you do. That's why you're not working right now. I want to debate. What's stopping you? What's stopping you from picking a thing that I've said and debating it? A very bland source, but entertainment. Yup. Again, of all the other things you could be doing in the world, you suck my dick every day. At least in your mind you do. For 3 hours. Because literally, I'm such a loser that you watch me for hours on end begging for my attention. That totally makes sense. It doesn't make sense that you're just a pedophile desperately trying to, stop somebody who wants your demise. It doesn't make sense that you're just some dumb piece of shit friar who doesn't want people like me opening other people's minds and eyes up to the genocide you're committing. No. You're just bored. You're just bored and there's no other options anywhere else. That'd be like me getting off the feed and then rewatching my videos. Because they're just so entertaining. I don't even do that. I don't even watch my own shit. I do, however, listen to TBG because TBG is on another level good. But this is what you guys do, huh? And if I go live again at any other point in the day, you'll be right back here because that makes so much sense. Who's not going to do that? Eh? Like, that's just normal behavior. You love watching me? Oh my God, that's so cute. Not really. I got better things. Just have free time. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. You've got better things to do and watch. You're just here right now, claiming you want to debate, but not debating anything. Funny how that works.
Although dramas improve, the hex is in place with it like a spaceship. Let's face it, it's true. We're shapeshifters. Gave me the gut rap. I know like a kumquat when asked about history.
What kind of dumbasses are you? Seriously. Oh, because you're Y-O-U-R rambling. Yep, that's what it is. Back to rambling and another person who English isn't their first language, so they can't get that darn your right. Darn it. I know the computer I'm on tells me the right your to use, but I just can't figure it out. Darn it. That darn your. Where's the debate? I thought there was a debate coming. This is the correct your? Really? Because you're rambling. Really? You didn't mean you are rambling? That's not what you meant? Then you would have needed the of, because of your rambling. See, it doesn't work. You're not that smart. Oh, yeah. They are foreign bots or AI. That's what I said. Right? I literally read it to you. This is Team Jorge, or a version of it, or it's act.il, which isn't necessarily bots, but it's the same. It's employing the inbred fucking chosen, themselves, giving them the provided talking points to say, and then hopefully they can rack up points. They get points by having their comments read, or changing the conversation, or whatever sort of attention they get points for it. Maybe they get points for the amount of comments they actually make. I'm not sure. Oh look, it came back. That one that went that way came back and is now over there. Just a coincidence. I have a list of talking points? Yes, obviously. A man would be famous. Dr. Judy Wood, if she was a man, she would be famous. But because she's a woman, she's not. But her 9/11 explanations are the best out there. I get paid to be here, says the person that joined 9 months ago with 2 subscribers. Of course they do. I mean, seriously, how many of you watch people you don't like or agree with? One. But then how many of you don't like the people that suggest we kill pedophiles and cut off Israel? Like, what's the motivation there? How many people watch somebody that if they directly address your comment and then ask you a question, you won't answer it? I mean, it's just so ridiculous. Look, your gay fans are here for you. Good. I hope so. I'm a huge fan of gay people, so. Why didn't you respond to my comment? Why are you being so mean? Well, I don't see any other comment from you there, miss. Oh, there it is. Why do you go live just to make fun of everyone who watches you? Are you just a mean person? Why do you look like that? Because my parents had sex? Just like your parents? Stop doxing me. Stop gaslighting me.
It sticks up all great.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Impossible, baby.
You're just a mean person. Cool. Yes, I'm just a mean person.
And I'm a lot older and talk a lot slower than most of the posers you hope for at concerts.
Yes, and I'm transgender. Got it. Yep. She's totally missing the point of your content. No, they're just trying to distract. That's all it is. They honestly think that what they're doing somehow makes me look bad when they just keep providing the example of what I'm talking about. How come none of these Christians, Muslims, Jews, any of these people will come in and defend their belief structure? Don't you think that's strange? They just do this dumb shit over and over again. He really likes to talk about pedos. You're right, I absolutely do. I like talking about how we should kill you guys. For sure. Most of you just don't understand how bad the situation is. Up and down your street, it's littered with pedophiles. Your family, your friends, at least 1 or 2 of your friends is a pedophile. At least a couple of your family members are. And maybe they haven't actually hurt a child yet, personally. But they watch the fucking videos. They have the pictures on their phone and their computer. They have something. These are your Trump supporters. These are the people that tell you to stop talking about it. It's fucking insane. It's insane. And everybody around you, you have to start thinking that it's worse than it is. You know, it's not one of the #1 online businesses in the world, the buying and selling of child exploitation materials, because a small group of people does it. the plethora of pedophile hunters on YouTube and all of the other platforms aren't catching guys every single day because it's a small niche people doing it. It's not how that is. If you're not subscribed to DAP, you absolutely need to be. Those guys are just fucking amazing. Because they just beat the shit out of him. And that's great. The DAP guy can brag that he's gotten 7 suicides under his organization. That's just fantastic. You know. If you're somebody that's capable of even reaching out to some random child's profile, you have no business doing that. But if you're somebody that's capable of doing that shit, let's just kill you. Good for me. And if you don't agree with that, I have to ask you what your reason is. If you don't agree we should kill pedos, why not? What's the solution to them then?
Six-pack. Would you set a trap, then attack without mercy? Would you viciously curse me, secretly smirking while you smile in my face? Would you proudly disgrace the base of your argument, continually starting with your tricks that can't be backed up? Would you take such desperate measures you'd threaten to sever my better half? Would you promise to stab or shoot my 2 boys for me choosing a choice you blindly voice against? Would you risk getting pinched squinting at the sun? If you think something's dumb or doesn't exist, why would you insist on getting all pissed, pretending what I'm sending is so dangerous? Why would you shame someone just to make yourself feel better? Whether someone's a bedwetter or something less clever, is making a fake page something you'd ever endeavor just to bully people? That's one hell of a steep hill only the worst sheep will climb.
Woo! 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 Such complex attention coming my way, all for being wrong. Chemtrails are killing us. TXT, what's going on, man? Schniddle bam, snip snap sandwich. You're going down. Oh, am I? Strange. Again. Always mad at those people trying to kill pedos, huh? You are the people that would call, like whenever one of those pedo hunters does a live feed, and within minutes, somebody's calling the random pedo. It's amazing how it doesn't matter where they are or anything like that. Within minutes, whoever it is figures out who that person is, what their phone number is, and starts calling them, telling them, stop talking to that person. You're going to get in trouble. They're going to call the police on you. Like, who's doing that?
Watch vaxxed before you get you or your children vaxxed.
Beautiful day. Yeah, well, they're trying to fuck it up. You can see. They're trying. It'll be covered here soon.
Wasn't happy and found it quite obnoxious. But irregardless, which isn't a word, but how can you stop it when it's always heard? It's just so absurd. I'm such a nerd, but if I break it down, it's bound to be cured. Absurd. Like that's going to happen.
What an interesting what an interesting way this works. You would have never thought this was how this was going to work. You would have never thought that my belief in submarines would bother people so much. If you're somebody that even slightly questions the space travel narrative and you still believe in submarines, boy howdy, are you like not thinking? You think we can fly through water? Oh man, the submarines thing is just such a crazy thing on all aspects. From the narrative we're given, the history we're given, to these fucking idiots who pretend like that's way more important than genocide or stopping pedophilia or anything like that.
Employment or really work camp for the heathens, but you need the demon semen if you want to walk their halls. Hey, why do we cut our penises? They really have us by the balls. What may be already small, they take a little more away. With our backs against the wall, it's now their favorite time to pray. All the weaknesses in place.
Nobody gets me mad. That's probably what bothers them so much. They're so used to their arrogance, their entitlement. They think that if they say something negative, that I'm supposed to be like, oh no, the chosen said something negative about me. The pedophiles are saying negative things about me. You know, the more they're here, the more they cry, the better. And I believe it wholeheartedly. Like, the more you're here and you're not out there searching for children, like if I can keep you busy for a couple of hours, that's a win for me. Yeah. That's good. That's what we should all be trying to do. What makes them angry is they can't silence you. Well, they could silence me. They just they need me. Unfortunately, I'm better than most when it comes to this shit. So they want to keep abreast of what's happening and you know what someone like me is thinking and noticing. So they have to keep it going so they can keep monitoring shit. But they'll keep it tethered. They'll keep it, keep me censored so that I don't reach the audience I should. At this point, TBG should be one of the biggest bands in the world. We've been talking about this shit for years. And the reality is, my Facebook page, like, for at least 2 years, we did something that wouldn't allow us to invite people to the page. Nobody was allowed to invite people to our page for 2 years. Plus, 2+ years. How does anything grow in that kind of situation? What is TBG? It's what you're listening to. www.thehyphen-bilderberg, free to listen to, free to download. All we ask is that you share it with someone. Link facts. Or if you need to go, then it's just go look up a previous video and it'll be in that previous video's description. But yeah. It's the music that you've been wanting. For all of you that are like, why doesn't anybody make music that matters? Where the fuck are all the protest songs? If this was the 60s and the 70s, or the 60s and early 70s, the musical landscape would be all full of songs about what's happening. About the genocide being broadcast on every fucking channel, every fucking day. At least theoretically it would. Obviously, if the bad guy is Israel, then it's never going to be allowed to be talked about. Oy. Oy vey. And believe me, I know there are lots of genocides all over the place. Lots of them. But none of them are being broadcast like the Israeli genocide of the Palestinians. That's not only being broadcast, you're told that if you talk bad about it, you can go to jail and be fined $1 million. You know, our American government is destroying the First Amendment over this. And that's one of those things that it's so hard to wrap my head around. Like, why is everybody just letting that happen? Especially all of you America First, you know, First Amendment people, the constitutionalists out there. Why, you know, all the direct Ds and the auditing Erie counties and the, you know, James Freeman and all of these guys, why haven't they said, listen, you know, the local aspect of this is regulated by the federal aspect of this. So why don't we all just get together and go to Washington and do the thing that we do, but in Washington? And they're trying to destroy the First Amendment from the top down. They're not even trying to, they have. So why are we letting that happen? Why are we letting that happen? It's just, we're living in the most disgusting time. It's really shocking just how reported for devil worshipping evil. That's that's what you have to do, isn't it? That's what you have to do. Instead of addressing the actual point being made and being like, no, you're wrong. That's not what's happening. This is what devil worshiping. Yes. Because if you don't believe in God, you definitely believe in the devil, right? Oh, what a fucking idiot. And this is exactly what I keep saying. Like, do you think this person is sitting on the real good argument and just waiting for the right time to unleash it? Instead, they're going to keep saying dumb shit, waiting for that right time. Ow. They're literally doing the best that they can, and this is all it is. You can't go against me. You can't, you know, there's just nothing you can do or say that's going to make me look like the wrong bad guy. And everything you say that opposes me makes you look worse. If I blocked you, wouldn't I not see your comment? Wouldn't your comment not be here? You dumb fucking, like, just straight up dumbass. That's somebody whose weed has messed up their fucking brain. Wow. Told you. It must just be that area, right? That area has it. There's no planes flying overhead anywhere else. They're all just flying in that particular area. And the weather just happens to be bad in that particular area. That totally makes sense. In your opinion, what should Israel be doing? Not existing. Not existing. I couldn't. There it is. Right in the crux of the tree. It's like they aim for it. Look at that. He even adjusted his trajectory a little bit, just so it could be right at the crux of the tree. Why should Israel exist? by all means, the claim is on you. You're the one that needs to be justifying something that shouldn't be there. And if your response is because they're God's chosen this, that, and the other, well, that just shows you what a good dumbass sheep you are. If you can't use any arguments other than the fairy tale, if there's no other logistical argument, intelligent argument, you have nothing else to say but some biblical bullshit, well, then you don't have an argument, do you? Meth lab house. See what I mean? This is some dumb friar who is literally shitting their pants right now, which actually they probably do that because they like to, but they're upset right now because Goyim aren't supposed to talk like this. And the usual tactics don't work. The last thing that they don't bring up anti-Semitism anymore because they don't want people knowing about it. They don't want people to understand that anti-Semitism is anti-supremacy. Semitism means policy or predisposition favorable to Jews. It's supremacist in its existence. No group should have policy, which is the rules and regulations, or predisposition, which is predisposition is like it's not even your thoughts. It's not even like you're pre-programmed. As much as, your father has heart disease, your grandfather has heart disease, your great-grandfather has heart disease, your uncles and all, everybody has heart disease on your father's side, then that's predisposition. You're predisposed to having heart disease. This is like on a genetic level. And they're saying that policy and on a genetic level, they're supposed to have favor. They're supposed to get favor. And it's such a big deal that they literally changed the spelling of anti-Semitism in 2021 for the stated purpose of hiding the fact, like they didn't want people to think anti-Semitism opposed something called Semitism. They didn't want us to know that Semitism was an actual thing. Nobody else gets that. Nobody else gets on a word and then a defense mechanism that demands that they get favor. It's not asking for equal treatment. It's demanding favor. It's demanding supremacy. And policy is the rules, the regulations, the way the world legally works, on top of the predisposition, the programming, genetic programming, is all supposed to be favorable to them? For what reason? What's the reason for that? As far as the Abrahamic religions go, I'd say the Jews are the best of them. Well, they have the best scenario. They're definitely not the best. They're the worst. They're the only one of the three that thinks Matitza Bapé is okay. And Matitza Bapé is the sucky. Yeah, it's disgusting. Anyway, I'm done. You have yourself a great day. Go get your free download, www.the-bilderberg-group.com. Free to download. Just click 0 and it's free. Oh yes, get your share with someone. If you want to donate, we really do appreciate all those that have. So if you want to, go right ahead. Besides, the more you donate, the more Charles want to make more music. He needs that kick right now. He needs that push. Go watch the link that I'm going to put in the description to Hollywoodism, which is the most important film ever made. It tells you the truth, man, and it tells you the truth from their perspective. They're the ones that made Hollywoodism, not someone like me. And it flat out tells you that they use Hollywood to control the world. essentially you could say the American dream is the Jewish dream, is a quote directly from the movie. There's also a link to Israel Hayom, which is their newspaper, their website, Israel Hayom. Everything about it is Israeli, start to finish. They're from the writers, the editors, the photographers. Everyone is Jewish. Everyone is Israeli. And they put an article about how the ritual sexual abuse is everywhere in Israel. It's everywhere, and they all know about it. And even the quote good guys say stupid shit like, well, the police don't have enough resources to go after them, and the abuse is so bad that when the kids tell the parents what happens, the parents just don't believe them because it's just so bad. Like you could tell it's Jewish all the way through. They say things like they constantly reiterate that, oh, and sexual abuse isn't just here, it's happening everywhere, but we're just going to focus on it, but it happens everywhere else too. Like they you could tell it's very one-sided, and it's very, they're trying to compensate for what they're talking about being the worst of the worst. But go read the article. It's going to be difficult because for some reason this website makes it so if you try to read the article, it's going to continuously kick you out. The article is going to kick you out. I've never seen a website or anything like that makes it hard to read their content. Doesn't make sense that they would, but that's what they do. So brave it, you just got to keep clicking and going back through, but it's worth a read. I'm telling you, it's so telling as to who and what we're dealing with. If they can do that to their own children, imagine what they can do to everyone else. That's it. Imagine that shit. So go get the free download. Go watch Hollywoodism. Go read the Israel Hayom article. These are receipts. I'm providing you with receipts that don't benefit me at all. This is receipts. This is links to their stuff. They're gonna get the views. They're gonna get the clicks. This benefits them essentially, right? They made this stuff for people to see it, so go see it. I get nothing out of this. And if you go there and what what you read and what you see proves to you that I'm wrong, theoretically, this could be dangerous to me. This could make me look bad. This could make me seem wrong. So go do it. Go prove me wrong. There's also going to be 3 links to the Facebook page, different songs, Donald Trump Hates America, COVID Sauce, and Sleight of Hand Job, along with all the other videos. Go to the page, like the page, sub to the page, like the video, share the videos. I'm providing you with receipts, and I'm providing you with weapons. Use them. Use the weapons. Make these fucking idiots uncomfortable. Make them understand that their time is up. Like, share, and sub this page, this video. Do the right thing. And speaking of do the right thing, the most important thing I ever say in my videos, we've already talked about how bad the problem is, how it's your neighbors, it's your family. And the only reason they haven't hurt somebody yet, if they haven't, a lot of them have, but if they haven't physically hurt somebody yet, is because they haven't had the opportunity. They're just as bad as those that physically hurt people if they watch the videos and they look at the pictures and they trade it and they sell it, they buy it, whatever. It's just as bad. But before you can hurt a child or hurt another child, I'm begging you, please, I'm fucking begging you with the bottom of my heart. Pedophiles, kill yourself.